everyone! So as it's Halloween next week, I thought I'd show you all how to really easily create this look. The things you'll need to create this look are a cheap white school shirt. I got mine from Tesco for cheap from the kids section actually. And you'll need fake blood from the Halloween section in most big shops like Tesco and Sainsbury's. And if you don't have any, you could use food colouring. And you'll also need some kind of black face paint, something to cut the shirt with. I use a Stanley knife in the video, but you could use scissors, and that's about it. I think it's pretty cheap and easy. So the first thing that we obviously need to do is to unwrap the shirt and to lay it out. And make sure you've laid out something to protect the floor. So I'm just used a bin bag, as you can see. So I'm just unbuttoning the shirt. And now I'm just lying it out. And I'm going to start by cutting the arm of the shirt. So using your blade or scissors, obviously if you're using that, I'm just cutting off the cuffs because I think it looks better. So yeah, just cut that through. I've sped it up a bit because it's a bit boring, because I struggled a bit to do it. And you want it to be quite like raggedy, because obviously this is a zombie style shirt, so we don't want it to be a completely clean cut. So that's one of the benefits of using the Stanley blade, obviously, as opposed to scissors. So you get a not as clean cut. Okay, so that's all done. So now I'm gonna do the other side. Exactly the same technique. Yeah, and again, if you wanted the sleeves to be shorter than I wanted them, then obviously cut higher up. There we go. So that one came out a bit neater than the first, so I'm just slitting down like that. Doesn't matter if they're not completely equal. Obviously it's better actually if they're not equal on both sides. So just do quite a few slits and pull it apart with your hands to create a ragged look. There we go. So now I'm just doing a few slits down the arms. And it's kind of personal preference really, how you want it to look, but I'm just doing a few random cuts, making sure you don't cut all one direction obviously, because that will look a bit rehearsed. And cutting down the back as well, so just slitting all over really. And now I'm doing the other side, just cutting down. Okay, so now I'm just doing a few slits down the back of the shirt. And again, these are just completely random, however many you want or don't want, you do. So I actually just chose to take the bottom of the shirt off, because I think it looks a bit better if you don't have the hem around the bottom, so I'm just cutting that off as well. And again, I'm making it frayed and ragged. And if you're doing it with scissors, then you'll probably find it better to pull apart the bits that are hanging off with your hands to make more of a fray, and then make it look more ripped. But luckily the Stanley knife, it does that for you really. Okay, so I've cut the bottom of the shirt off now. Now I'm beginning to slit the front. All over it. And on the back. And I'm doing the collar a bit as well because you don't want it to look too neat. I decided to keep the collar on mine because I wanted to keep it looking more like an actual shirt, but obviously you could take the whole collar off if you preferred. So now I've got the black face paint, cream makeup it says. It's actually, yeah, made for your face. And hopefully you can see that I'm just dotting it in the bottle onto the shirt, and then I'm just dragging it down with the bottle head and just scraping that all over the shirt. And you don't want to go too wild with the black because obviously you do want red to be in there as well, but it just gives it a nice contrast. So just spreading it all around really. And if you obviously want more black on yours or less, maybe you don't want the black at all, you just want it to look bloody, then do as you please. So I'm just putting that all over. Now I'm doing the arms and the back. This is my fake blood, and I got this from Sainsbury's, as I said. So just spraying that out on. It comes out quite thick actually, but as you can see as I spread it, it kind of separates quite nicely. Don't actually need to use loads when you're doing it. It comes out quite easily, and if you obviously want the blood to be darker coloured than this, then obviously you could mix it with some of the black face paint to make it look more bloody maybe. Now I'm putting red blood on my hand, and I tried it once, that's why my hand's already red. Rubbing it in. And doing some handprints. Very zombie. That's why I left the right hand side clear, so the handprints could go there. Done. And that's it, that's the finished look. Very creepy. There you go, so obviously leave it to dry. It will take a few hours, probably overnight, because the blood is obviously quite wet. But yeah, super easy and cheap, obviously, that's the main thing to make. Obviously it can be a bit of a messy thing, so make sure you put stuff down to protect it. Thanks for watching.